Ian, creator of the iDubbbz channel, is currently one of the biggest people on all of YouTube, with each one of his videos getting millions of views and him having some of the most loyal subscribers on this entire website. The thing is, in the past month or so, he hasn't really put out much in regards to content. And on top of this, because of the whole PewDiePie fiasco, his name has been brought up a lot in regards to offensive content on YouTube, with him not really responding to it. This has led many to ask the question, what happened? To understand iDubbbz, we'll first have to understand his start on YouTube. In the beginning, even he admits that his earlier work was not the best quality-wise, with him first jumping on the 2012 bandwagon of doing Let's Plays, since that was all the rage.
Right there, he's right there. No, 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 no. Don't come near me, don't come near me.
Oppan Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style. Oppan Gangnam Style.
As time progressed, he stopped with the gaming content and instead focused his efforts on the Kickstarter crap series, which is where he really started to hone in his style while reviewing the worst crowdfunding projects that the internet had to offer. With a little help from his buddies Max Mofo and Filthy Frank, he was able to grow his channel to a respectable size. But what really made him blow up into a true YouTube star was his Content Cop series. If you look at the subscriber bump he received whenever a big episode of Content Cop came out, you'll start to understand how much people love the show. And I agree, it's some of the best content YouTube has to offer. The way he's able to build a case against someone with a sense of humor is unmatched. People may forget, but before the Content Cop on Keemstar, no one really associated him with a gnome. And the same thing with Leafy's here having no chin. It was a perfect way to expose a man that made his money off of making fun of others while he was so self-conscious about himself. Those two examples ended differently though, with Keem embracing the joke by placing a gnome on his desk, while Leafy missed the point entirely and just went on to ridicule Ian, which only proved the Content Cop episode's point. The thing is, as of writing this script, he hasn't made a new episode of Content Cop in over 7 months, which is strange since it is his biggest series. Actually, not only that, it's one of the biggest shows on all of YouTube. I quickly did the math before coming on today, and the average episode of Content Cop receives over 10.5 million views apiece. That's more than any non-music related series on all of YouTube as far as I'm concerned. And it's amazing because he hasn't made a new episode in over 6 months of such a popular show. In fact, not only has he not made any Content Cops, but he hasn't really made much content at all recently. The widespread advice on YouTube and its algorithm is that you have to post frequently because if you don't, you'll be forgotten by everybody and YouTube won't promote you anymore. But there are some exceptions to this rule, although they're very rare. One is JonTron, who stopped making videos for 6 months after a huge controversy, but when he came back he got as many views as he always does. Bill Wirtz made a video called The History of Japan, which now has over 30 million views. Then he took a year to make his next big project, The History of the Entire World, which also has over 30 million views now. This shows that there are a few creators that people are willing to wait for, and I think one of them is iDubbbz. Even his fan unboxing videos get millions of views apiece, whereas when other YouTubers try similar series, they perform terribly. This shows just how loyal of an audience he has. The other surprising thing I'd like to discuss is the fact that despite what many consider edgy content, he doesn't receive much hate for it. While PewDiePie is getting so much hate for saying the N-word, many pointed out that iDubbbz has said it a lot more with no backlash. Out of all the big YouTubers that receive 1 million plus views a video, I would probably say Ian is right up there with Filthy Frank as the most shocking. Both will say what many deem offensive jokes in their videos, stuff that makes PewDiePie look tame. But how do they get away with this content and Felix gets exposed by the press? Well, in the case of Filthy Frank, George is playing a character that in no way resembles himself. Even though he only puts on glasses and changes his hairstyle a bit, if I had watched only Frank videos and then met George, I don't think I would piece together that they're the same guy. And also, let's be honest, if you tried to make a video trying to call out what Filthy Frank does for being offensive and showed some examples, it would just look absolutely ridiculous. As for iDubbbz, while he's not playing as much of a character, I think he's kind of fallen into a spot where he's sort of the South Park of YouTube. Let me explain. For over 20 years, Matt Stone and Trey Parker have been making some of the most boundary-pushing television of all time. They make jokes that any other show would get destroyed for making in the media, with people calling for the show's cancellation. But that doesn't happen, because it's South Park. The only time I recall someone trying to call out Ian was Tana Mongeau, who ended up becoming the star of a content cop that really did a number on her reputation. For a week, she was the laughingstock of the internet because she called out iDubbbz. And that leads to another interesting point. Are there other YouTubers out there that are offended by what Ian does, but they're too afraid to come forward and fear that they'll be the victim of the next Content Cop episode? That's definitely a possibility. At the end of the day, though, I think it comes down to 10 little things that will decide if an internet witch hunt will commence against you. How popular are you? How many people are out to get you? What was the context of the joke? Are you known for making jokes like this before? Are you known for saying racist things in the past? All these little things decide if people are going to get offended. If you look at somebody like Daddy of 5, it took him a long time for people to flip out. But then all of a sudden when Philip DeFranco started the story, people said, yeah, that's messed up what he's doing to his children. All these factors I mentioned in this video today, including him being able to say the N-word with no one getting that outraged about it, him being able to get millions of views on the most basic of videos, and the fact that he's able to take huge breaks in between his uploads with everyone willing to wait for him, shows how much of a unique position Ian is in. So will he be able to keep it up long term? Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and find out. Hey everybody, and thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. It's really appreciated. And as for the question of the day, somebody wants to know, what video game am I looking most forward to? And the answer to that is, without a doubt, Mario Odyssey. I've been really skeptical of the Nintendo Switch, but honestly, I'm sold on it. I love Breath of the Wild, playing it on the go. It's really fun. I've played it for so many hours, and I'm not even close to finishing it. And this new Mario game looks like the best thing since Mario Galaxy. So I really hope that I could get another unique, cool Mario experience and have the same feeling that I had when I first played that original Mario Galaxy game in 2007. So I'm really excited for that. So anyway guys, I'll wrap up the video right here. If you have any suggestions for videos you want me to make in the future, please feel free to leave a comment below. I don't mention that enough, but I really do read the comments, and if a lot of people want to see a video made, I'll usually make the video if I think I have something to say or have an opinion on it. So anyway, until next time, thanks for watching.